Hello Ride On people. Take two. Hello Ride On people. So you join us on most beautiful, stunning blue sky, sunshine day in Georgia. Of course it's sunny and beautiful, but what the pictures belie is the fact that it's about -1 and I'm actually freezing my ass off at the moment. So you might wonder why the Tesla fanboy gear. Well, we don't just review bikes on this channel, but we also review cars, or from time to time we review cars, put it that way. We'll test drive a car and give you some feedback, because anything with an engine or a motor is good, it's fun, right? So what are we looking at today? We're looking at the latest purchase by one of the Ride On crew. It just happens to be Jerry. Jerry's made the latest bike purchase in a Multistrada V4S, and under the premise or guise that he's bought it for his wife, he's bought a white Tesla Model 3 long range 2021 model, and spoiler alert, he says it's beyond great. So anyway, he's turning up in a few minutes to pick up me and Eric and take us on a short drive and talk us through some of the features perhaps, and get a general feel for what the car's like. I have actually driven a Model 3 Performance before, so I have a fair idea, and I'm a bit of a electric car fanboy and have a tri-motor Cybertruck on order whenever they decide to start making those, probably in about a year's time. And anyway, see how we get on.
Calipers,
but you can, and like,
so I would forego the 5 miles.
So no wheel cover.
You have to decide which one you want.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Do you know, in photos I kind of preferred the cover, but I'm not so sure in real life.
I like the other.
You like the,
Yeah, I like probably the other ones.
Get it. Like if you're going on a long ride, put these on.
Yeah,
yeah.
Just snap on.
So put the covers on for a long journey to get extra mileage. Yeah, and I like the red calipers showing, like you say, Eric. I think that's nice. Now let's look at panel gap.
You know?
Ooh. Oh, it's open. That door's open.
There was a little issue.
Look at that quality control. That's crap.
That's really bad.
The door won't even close.
Paint looks nice, because that's
does look nice.
one thing they used to really knock them
Yeah,
on.
that's
But
pearl. I think
Metal
that was
pearl.
pearl.
Yeah, very
Oh.
nice in the sun.
nice soft feel to it. It's like it's ceramic coated almost.
It is.
It is.
Did you
Is
coat it?
Yeah.
Good for you.
F11
I mean,
or
it feels amazing.
did you do it yourself?
I bought some stuff at Walmart, you know.
It feels nice, yeah.
Yeah, and it had really great reviews. So
The panel gaps look perfect.
Well,
I got to tell you guys about it.
That's one thing Monroe said about the 2021 one that he got after his one. He said like the panel gaps are really perfect and the paint was perfect. He said when he tore it apart, it would have had a much better review. Had he looked at the
Most of the panel gaps are good. There was one
shows
back
they're listening
here,
to customers.
because this lift gate, you know, the other side wasn't, and this might be off just a tad, maybe a 1/16 of an inch, and they straightened this, which looks good.
Yeah, that's just very slight, but I don't know.
this
I'd
is
live
what
with
you're
that.
nitpicking about with your car.
Yeah, that's the one. Would be good.
Right, that's good.
Plus, you don't want to, diminish your mileage too quickly.
Isn't it cool?
Oh, I have, I woke up this morning, by God, the thing was full. See, it stops at the stop signs.
What, you didn't hit brake?
No, I haven't used the brake since I got in the car. I never used the brake.
Just regen.
But how are you going to do your typical, California stop?
Oh.
AKA no stop.
It won't let you.
But
I mean, it'll let you just keep.
Do you have lawless mode?
where does the power come from? What if we run out of range? What happens to the batteries after you've used them?
You recharge.
You could have powered your house in
what
Texas
about
from this car.
when the product's finished with?
Pappy's needs to get a charger there.
Do you have a 125 volt outlet in here? 120 volt outlet?
No, 240.
No, in the car.
Yeah.
Do they have one? To plug in stuff
Right
like
in
a
here.
computer.
I have plenty of headroom back here.
Is that,
6'2".
Is that just regenerative stopping, or is it actually applying
right
brake
here,
also?
see that,
Oh, that
that line I'm using now?
moonroof is
Right,
gorgeous.
and then if I take off, then I'm
That's
regenerating.
regenerated.
So I'm getting green, I'm getting charged.
So down this hill, you don't need to give it any, and it would.
It'll start regenerating and come to a stop.
Why is this highlighted in orange?
It's regenerating.
Because there's a turn and it's pretty sharp, so it's just.
But it doesn't.
Are you ready?
What, catch some deer?
Whoa. Yeah.
Nice. Good. That was good. That was
didn't have it all the way.
what was
You
that?
do that once more, I'm going to puke.
I know, Ann did. Ann got sick.
78 in the 96 or something. That was
This is a special closed circuit track.
well,
That's right.
obviously.
Do not do this at home.
No, you don't want that. Let's see what else. Rich, you see this? You don't like that view? You can go to the satellite. What is this?
They try and say it's better than Psychic.
What is
What is
That's
it?
exactly what I was thinking about this. The motorcycle, I've got to download this, do that, and here you just ding, or tell it to do it.
It's almost like they thought about it. It's kind of intuitive.
Why can't they do this on
It's
a
almost like
motorcycle?
Tesla is the Apple of cars.
It's beyond that. It really is.
I'm just glad you finally
Yeah.
went for a test ride.
How
Yeah.
can you ever?
Well,
We're asking you for 2 years.
he's had it for a couple of days.
Well, you don't have one.
He's had it for
I
a couple
know.
of days. He's already asking, places to put in superchargers for him at the most convenient stores he visits.
Yes.
Do we need
I'll
to
be
stop?
lobbying them.
So you're a convert already. That's
Yeah.
great to see.
I drove the Audi yesterday to get it washed, and it was
Oh, I'm sorry.
underwhelming.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard to beat this performance.
And then you just, if you go,
But one slight annoying thing about full self-driving is logically it keeps you between the lines, right?
and
But us being kind of more racers, if you like, we would prefer to take a slightly wider line in and a tighter line out at the apex, right? So,
and the other annoying thing
Slightly
about it is the $10,000 price tag.
yeah,
to engage the full self-driving.
it's
Yeah.
it's
Which
almost
is what- wait,
it's
you see
almost
what
like
this does?
It's like Ducati.
$850 for the radar and blind spot on Ducati plus
Right.
150 to install it or whatever. So it's gonna cost
850,
you-
yeah.
It's going to cost you $1,000 out the door though, plus because you're going to pay for the labour on top of that, unless you're.
Not when Jerry works his deal. Jerry's going to work his $18,000 magic over at Mountain Motorsports.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
The ride is pretty fun, more like a European car. Like
Yeah,
a
it is
BMW.
tight.
And
Wow. The acceleration is
it's
sick.
part of that is the weight, of course, but the acceleration is
Unbelievable.
I mean, bear in mind this isn't even the performance model, right? This is the
Right.
long range.
long range, and then for $2,000 I can
Ample fast
increase it by a second. But I think that's good enough for me.
They can unlock more capability.
Yeah. Why don't they just give it to me?
Well, you're going to pay $1,000 for radar in the Ducati. What's $2,000 on the Tesla?
Yeah, $1,000 here, $2,000 there. Pretty soon it adds up.
It's almost like it costs money.
It's play money. They just print more of it.
Yeah.
We're going on the highway.
Well, we have to have all types of modes.
All right.
It is, you guys certainly are welcome to drive it, but I mean, the steering is
Oh, good.
like
Pull over then.
Well, no, my steering feels really
Pull
loose.
over then.
The car was all over the place.
on the way back.
Talk is cheap.
I don't want Mr. Horsepower to drive it. No, I mean, that's what it's for. I mean, and you know how much it's costing us? Like, freaking nothing.
What is this? Seats.
Seats.
Got
There
it.
we are.
Is off.
Cool, thank you.
You want yours off?
Yeah, turn them all on.
All off. Oh, there's an all off button too. Really?
All right, there we go.
Keep your hands on the wheel.
Autopilot.
Well, I mean, it has to. If it doesn't,
It
It senses pressure. But
Yeah.
you have to.
Has to know you're
but
still
it'll tell
alive.
you. I mean, you can go like this, and then it'll say, "Hey, where's the? What are you eating? A Big Mac? Come on, put your hands on pressure."
What about the? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Motorcycle has a different icon as it comes by.
Yeah, I love the way it knows what type of vehicles it is. It'll know whether it's a semi or not.
Or pick 'em up truck.
motorcycle.
Well, it's like turning force to the steering
Because I
wheel.
gotta go like this. Yeah, I'm here.
It should probably.
Yeah, it's active cruise. So
Yeah, because
So you can
it's not
set-
accelerating.
you can set it to 90 or something, and it will not go in the back of it. Although if it does, I will laugh.
Ain't gonna have it on film.
Yeah, great VT for the YouTube channel. one thing I find with salesmen is if you believe something and you tell them, they believe it too.
That's totally sales 101.
He who lies first is gospel.
No kidding. Amen.
If you're on a road,
Oh, now here's a person.
I mean,
so
very
is it
well.
braking automatically?
yeah,
Because of the person?
He sees it. See him?
Yeah,
See him?
that is way cool.
Awesome.
There he goes.
I mean, the edge of this road in most
You gotta
places
touch it.
has a real drop off, and there's no curb even or anything.
Yeah,
But
that's
this is-
impressive.
It is, yeah.
That is impressive.
And this comes with the car. So,
Whoa!
I had to.
What?
I just had to.
What?
do it.
I don't think that was going to stay on the road there, Eurus.
Oh yes, it was.
Must be
So
somewhere-
did you
oh,
have
here.
to intervene there, Jerry?
Oh, there.
Well, it started. It started deeping. We can go
right.
back and do it again and see.
First
See if we go off the road?
Yeah, if we can go off the road.
So it beeps to let you know that I'm really not sure about this bit. You might want to, take over. At least
No one-
that's good.
So who wants to drive?
All right, here we are. Go ahead. Wait, hold on.
What I'm finding is
Someone's stolen my car.
it's a little bit slow. We're not going very fast.
Turn.
Yeah, you never forget the thrill of electric.
And the handle's good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It actually, I mean, as always, it feels nicer from the driver's seat than
Yes.
from the passenger seat. And like you say, you only have to drive it for a day and you're sold. And I think everybody I've met who's kind of against EVs has clearly never driven one, because it's not a hard sell after you've driven one. That engine, that regen braking is it's quite strong actually, isn't it? Is this the default setting, or have you?
Well, you
increased
have
the-
several settings, and the regen you should get used to, just because you won't ever have to change your brakes.
Oh yeah, it's very strong. I'd have to do a few miles to get used to that. But it's got a nice general feel to it. It's got a very Germanic, planted feel to it. Again, in the passenger seat, it kind of felt a bit, in the back seat, it kind of felt a bit kind of firm and just kind of almost heavy, really, because obviously EVs are a little bit heavy. But from the drivers, it just feels perfect, doesn't it? It feels really nice. It feels very flat, very solid, very secure. Very, very nice. And what a beautiful day to try it. It's absolutely awesome. Yeah, that regen is awesome. It's just like
And you can pull
one
ahead
foot
here, or
braking.
I think there's another park further up before. No, turn here. And then Eric can drive back if he wants.
Sure, yeah, that's
Just so he
lovely.
gets a feel for the curves and
Yeah, that'd be good.
maybe hit a pedestrian.
Dunk. Let's go down here where there's no cars and I can't damage it. But I can run off the road.
This is a turnaroundy. This is cool.
It's pretty good.
How is it?
Pretty good.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It drives really nice.
So, is neutral
Push that button on the end.
So,
40, man.
I found a problem. There's only 2 wireless chargers. Run out of wireless chargers for our phones. So now it's Eric's turn.
Down. Yeah.
He's putting it in OMG mode. And we're going to mess up all Jerry's settings now.
No, mine. See.
Let's save it
see,
to
the
end.
thing is, if you hit save, it'll go to. Don't hit save.
Gotcha.
So you've driven the Model X before, and that's the only electric vehicle.
I've driven an S and an X.
Oh, and an S. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you might not be that.
Both in
impressed
ludicrous mode.
Oh, shit.
And gave my dad a small concussion, I believe, in the S.
I think you should cancel the Corvette.
He went,
and
boom!
Get a Plaid S.
He was pissed.
Yeah, get a Plaid S.
He was pissed. All right. Yeah, I mean, the acceleration is just sick.
95 seems a bit excessive.
You know what? You better do some serious editing on your video. You better black out the speed, is all I'm saying.
As always, I always do that. Well, I mean, the nice thing is we always do it on closed roads, so it's never an issue really.
Yeah, we have police cordoned this thing off for us.
Exactly.
Auto steer speed restrict. Oh, look.
They're having a donut break at the moment.
Now, Jerry, there was a sign that said auto steer speed restricted to 30. That's because it knows the speed limit is 25 and it won't let you go more than 5 over.
Not on auto steer.
Yeah, because he's got to
Take
set
it off,
that.
you can do what you want.
This is where I'm quite amazed. I mean, you can't even see the drop off on the road, and it can see it.
Right. That
So
is
it's very
when I
impressive.
first did this without. I said no way.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
was scared to death.
Did you do this on your own or with the sales guy?
No, with me.
Yeah.
I didn't know it did this.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's really quite tight a turn. What a tight turn.
Yeah, and it's pretty smooth as well, isn't it? It's like a real person's, making the turn.
Agreed.
There's a couple of, pixelation, a little bit of pixelation here and there, but
Yeah.
What, in the map?
Well, I think
Wow.
Jerry said off camera it's like a woman driving, but I think that's a bit sexist, don't you?
Jerry, never.
Wait, but,
all right, down. Don't let it go off the road here, okay?
Oh,
this is the
okay.
one, is it? This is the
This
one
is the
that
one.
doesn't like.
wheel.
My hands are on the wheel.
Oh, it's tight, it's tight, it's tight.
Oh, see? No problemo. Whoa, whoa.
No.
So we got the first one.
Did it?
It seems like it disengaged when it loses, when there's that little road off to the side,
Yeah.
it loses it.
But it should, follow the yellow.
Now, it's slowing down. It's because there's a
See.
person.
Well,
So if I wasn't here, we'd have rolled
yeah.
it then.
Yeah, it's because there's a person.
And there's a dead end up here.
Peopleoids.
All right, so
It's
auto
cool.
steer doesn't really know where the road is now. I'm going over that way.
It's got no lines to follow.
No lines. Exactly.
I don't know where to go.
Yeah, the regen braking is really something.
Yeah, you get used to that real quick.
Yeah.
And
I'm just trying to save
somebody
you
had
power, buddy.
100,000 miles on theirs, and the brakes were at 90%.
Wow. Yeah, because you basically never use them except in an emergency.
Not if you get good at regen driving.
Yeah. Yeah, the regen's strong, isn't it? That's for sure. So that guy couldn't even hear you accelerating. If we were in a V8, he'd have crapped himself, wouldn't he? It's pretty tidy, isn't it?
Yeah, very. Yeah, that's impressive.
I think there's people recalling the cops. Let's get out of here.
Some young kids in a Tesla going crazy.
Well, you don't want a National Park Service ticket.
Oh no. But I think
We've been
they
pulled over on
waive
the-
your first ticket if you have an EV. It didn't see the bird.
That's because I was here,
With Rich done with me, we almost hit a bird.
as usual.
See a tracks foul.
Yeah. Wow.
It's about the
Yeah.
front window.
I think I had somebody had a troll guy on that video saying you should ride more careful. You hit that bird. do you think? A 25-pound wild turkey in my face.
So when we left, you had 267 miles of range.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do to burn that up.
We gotta be sucking into that.
Yeah, that's impressive. It really is. So what does this hit on the skid pad?
It's here.
1
don't
point
know.
something?
We just
Oh,
we
you pull
can
in?
go home or head back.
Rich says you should drive.
Yeah, I feel sick now. It's like a four-wheeled Street Fighter V4S. This thing.
Are you out of the break-in period, Jerry?
Yep. They didn't say anything about a break-in period.
I'll get in the back.
It's on the video. Delete.
Just don't honk your horn.
Have a delete the last
Just don't honk your horn.
10 minutes either way.
Wow.
Excuse me.
Yeah, so it doesn't highlight cars in the side turnings, does it?
No.
Right, with this package. Whatever. So, do you think whenever it's available, which happens to be all the time, that you'll end up jumping in this the majority of the time rather than the Audi?
Why would I ever drive the Audi again?
Somebody's going to keep the oil industry in business.
That's right.
So, This is a person that's had, what, 4 of those cars?
Yes.
Done about 120,000 miles on each of them.
Yes.
And absolutely loves and adores them. And all of a sudden he's saying, why on earth would I be driving?
And I got the cheap Audi. I mean, I got the cheap Tesla.
Well, not the
there's a base
cheapest.
model.
There is a base model. You've got the long range. I think it's a Goldilocks.
You know.
Because you've got the range, and yeah, you can have more performance. Performance is always nice, but
And I can get more in this for 2,000
you've
bucks.
got
It'll
to keep your license as well, haven't you?
Exactly. I mean, you get used to this.
It's a beautiful day. Oh, the air quality today is awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
That's what happens after 6 days of rain.
Like the nicest in like 10 years since I've been here today. It's beautiful.
It's basically because of my regenerate my air filter.
I was going to say, is the Tesla producing lots of
That's what
lovely
it does.
clean air? It's
Can
awesome.
we put it in biohazard mode?
And it turns the water muddy.
Yeah, Chat Hooch is looking a bit pea super at the moment. So some truly random banter in the car. I don't know how enjoyable or entertaining it was, or real well factual in any kind of, professional test kind of way. Not at all really, but it was fun just to go out in his new Model 3 long range. It's got ample performance, and he's super delighted with it. He says it's beyond great, and I can see why. I think for the money that they are, you can go to the website and configure one for yourself, see what you would choose in terms of colour and spec. But for the money, you can't beat Tesla. They're producing well-made cars now, and they're pretty reliable and good value for money. And I think manufacturing wise they're at least 10 years ahead of everybody, and that even includes people like VW with the ID platform, and people like Ford who've been working with Rivian on their electric platforms for the Mach-E and the hybrid for the F-150, etc. I think everybody's playing catch up still, and Tesla will continue to go from strength to strength, and it's nice. Kind of reassures me about my own Tesla order, and if the Cybertruck ends up being awful, or I can't wait that long, it's nice to know I have options in the Model 3 and the Model Y and the new Model S. They're all great vehicles at very reasonable money, considering the ample performance you get. And for me personally, I think there's lots of internal combustion engine vehicles I like. I particularly like the new Bronco, for instance, from Ford. I think that is a wonderful vehicle, but I am more than reluctant to put my money into those vehicles, because I really think they're going to be superseded quite quickly, in the same way that vinyl records were for CDs all those years ago, and CDs eventually were for MP3 files. So you can't stop progress, whether you like the idea of an electric vehicle or not. But I do, because they're low maintenance cost, they're low running costs, they have good longevity and very reliable, and they're also just very nice to drive. Very, pretty quiet, pretty smooth, and the electric performance, particularly in terms of acceleration, is absolutely there, and the infrastructure is pretty much getting there the world over. So can't stop progress, and nice one, Jerry. Enjoy that lovely new car.
Hey you, if you want to become one of the Ride On people, don't forget to subscribe. Ride often, ride carefully, ride on.